Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the movie Inception. Now, let's come to the main storyline of this story. Here, we are shown the main character, played by DiCaprio, whose name in the movie is Cobb. We see him lying on a seashore, and he has also aged considerably. Then, some soldiers arrive who check on him and take him to an old man who had been waiting for him for a long time. Basically, this scene is completely in a dream, which I will tell you about later in the story. The soldiers had captured Saito and brought him before that old man. From him, they found two things, a gun and a small spinning top. Then, the old man, whose name is Saito, gives it to him and says, "There was a man like you who I met a long time ago, and he also had these two things." In the course of the conversation, they both go to his place, and from here, the story starts completely as a flashback in the movie. Now, here we see the same place where he was sitting and eating. We see that Saito is now young, and Cobb and his friend Arthur are also young. They both try to extract an idea, a piece of information, from Saito's mind. Cobb also tells him that he is a specialist who steals dreams. Then, Saito tells him, "If you want to keep your ideas and information secure in your mind in this age, you should get training from me." Then, Cobb asks, "Then why should I choose you?" Then, Cobb says, "Because I am the most skilled in stealing from the subconscious." But now, because Saito is a very important person and he knows that he is in a dream, he understands the trap and doesn't fall into it. Because of this, Cobb's plan fails right there, and his first dream level breaks. When their eyes open, they are in another room. Then, Cobb says, "This is my old home, where I used to live once." But in the course of the conversation, when Arthur starts interrogating him, Saito falls to the ground, and as he falls, he says, "The carpet in my house was made of velvet, but here it's polyester." This means that this is also a dream. "You are still interrogating me. Tell me, what do you want from me?" And there, their second dream also breaks, which was basically running in Cobb's mind. Now, it is revealed that Cobb has a team which includes Arthur, and an architect named Ariadne, who builds things in the dream world that make the client feel it's exactly like their world. But due to not succeeding in the second dream either, all three of them run away. A little later, Saito, whose mind they had entered to extract information, appears before them and captures Ariadne. Then, Cobb asks Saito, "What will you do with Ariadne?" Then, Saito says, "You shouldn't be concerned about her. Now you will work for me, if you want to free your friend." Then, Cobb asks, "What work will I have to do for you?" Then, Saito tells him, "My competitor is an old man named Maurice Fisher, who is basically the owner of a very large power plant. If he succeeds in his work with his address, he will control half of this entire world, and I don't want that to happen. You will help me in this task. Maurice Fisher has a son named Robert Fisher. Now I want you to plant an idea in his mind in such a way that he decides to break up his own father's company and finally shut down a new power source." Well, initially, Cobb refuses to accept his proposal after hearing it. He says that planting a new idea in someone's mind is very difficult. Stealing an idea from someone's mind is easy, but planting a new idea is quite difficult. Then, Saito proves that he knows that Cobb wants to go back to America and meet his children. "If you want, I can help you in this matter." Now, here I want to tell you that Cobb is wanted for a crime, the murder of his own wife. And that was the reason he was running around in France and other countries to save his life. But when he heard that Saito could help him go back to America, where his children live, he couldn't refuse this offer. Now, since Cobb had struck a deal for his own interests, he didn't have an architect in his team. He now needed to find a new architect for himself. Therefore, he meets his father-in-law, whose name is Miles, who is a physics professor at a college in Paris. Cobb goes to meet him and tells him that he needs an architect who can support him in his work. Then, Miles tells him about his student, whose name is Ariadne. They both meet, and then Cobb tells her that he needs an architect who can create good buildings and some good maps in the dream world. The better our architecture, the more our client will get lost in it. But for that, you will have to pass a test. You will have to create a maze in 2 minutes that I cannot solve in 1 minute. Ariadne tries to create new mazes and finally passes the test. As they talk, they reach the office, where Cobb tells her that this world is also not real, you are still in a dream. And suddenly, the glasses there start cracking. Then we realize that in the dream world, we can do anything. This is a world that we create from our subconscious. Seeing all this architecture, Ariadne also tries once and starts creating new architectures from her mind. She starts creating places where she used to pass by, like the route she used to take for college or the way she used to come home late at night. By mixing all those with her mind's imagination, she prepares the dream world. Then Cobb tells her, no, never use real places and real things in your mind's imagination, because if you do that, you will get stuck in the dream world itself. And now here we will see that Mal, who used to be Cobb's wife, appears there and shoots Ariadne. And as soon as she is shot, Ariadne's dream breaks, and she finds herself in a garage. There, Cobb tells her, you were still in a dream. The dream world is quite different, it runs 20 times faster than our world. If 5 minutes pass in the real world, it amounts to many hours in the dream world. And to go into that world, we use this machine, which was basically built by the military for their work, but now we people use it. And one important thing is that if you get injured in the dreams, the pain will be felt in real life too. And if you die in the dreams, the dream you are currently in will break. And if everything goes normally, we get a kick at a specific time, which jolts us, allowing us to return from the dream world to the real world. And if everything doesn't go according to plan, we will go into a coma and be stuck in that world forever. Now, to accomplish this fantastic and risky task, Cobb now needs a very large team. So, he includes Eames, who is basically a very good forger. He is very skilled at taking on people's appearances. After that, Cobb meets a chemist named Yusuf, who is an expert in making sedatives. When everyone agrees, they try to implement the planning. They slowly pay attention to all the aspects that will happen in the dream world. So now, Cobb explains that if we have to accomplish this big task, one dream level won't be enough. For this, we will have to create 3 levels of dreams. Then, Cobb makes a plan. We have to keep a person sedated for 10 hours in real time. Because of this, we will get a full week in dream level 1. And if we sedate them again within that week and go into another dream level, we will get 6 months there. And if we go into the dream world again and sedate them again, we will get a full 10 years there. And now, their target is Robert Fisher, who is the son of Maurice Fisher. Their plan is that in the first level, they will manipulate Robert's mind in such a way that he doesn't follow in his father's footsteps. And the second level of the dream will plant the idea in his mind that he has the desire to achieve something himself, that he will try to become better than his father and prove himself. And in the second level, he will be made to believe, as if from his father, don't become like me because everything I have done in my life has been worthless. If you become like me, you will be ruined. Now, after all this is decided, the entire team prepares for level 1, and they enter the target subconscious. But as soon as they arrive, they find out that Fisher is also a big shot and already knows about subconscious theft. Therefore, some of Fisher's soldiers are already present there, who open fire on the team. In this shooting, Saito gets shot. So, the other team members say that we should shoot him here in the dream so that he wakes up in real life. Then, Cobb says, no, we can't do that. The sedative used for the dreams is very strong. If we kill him now, he will be stuck in the dream world and will remain in a coma forever. Therefore, we have to go further into the second level of the dream world. If we do this, Saito's pain will reduce a bit. Later, everyone decides that they will go to the second level of dreams from here. They tie up Fisher and put him in a van. Yusuf is assigned to drive the van in the real world. Everyone connects with the machine and reaches the second level of dreams, where Eames's special work begins. He takes the form of Browning to gain Robert's trust so that he opens up his mind and their work becomes easier. On one hand, in the dream world, they are helping him and telling him, we have come here for you, and we are here to protect you from the thieves of your subconscious and to make you strong. And on the other hand, Yusuf is driving the car, while in level 1, the subconscious protectors are harassing them with gunfire. In the second level, through Eames, Robert is told, your father thinks you are not a worthy person for his wealth, and he wants you to do something yourself for this wealth. Make yourself so capable that you can touch the heights in this work. In this task, Eames helps, who is basically in the form of Browning in front of Fisher. Now, Robert realizes that Browning is the one who wants to betray his father and wants to stop him. So, they go into Browning's mind. Normally, they are all in Fisher's mind's dreams, but here Cobb makes Fisher believe, we are in the second level of your mind, and now we are going into the third level, into Browning's mind. We are going into Browning's subconscious dreams, where we can find out why Browning is after your father's wealth. And we see that they all reach a snowy place where there is a small house, but there is also a lot of security there. And at the same time, they have also received the signal that in the third level, they only have 1 hour, which according to the second level is only a few minutes, and in the real world, only a few seconds. Now, here they are asleep in level 1 and level 2, but here they only have 1 hour to accomplish their task. If they don't finish the work on time, they will start falling through the levels, which will cause their plan to fail completely again. And if they reach America, Cobb will be completely caught because he was on this flight. It was a flight to California because it enters America. And if everything doesn't go according to plan, the American police will arrest him on charges of his wife's murder. Now, we are shown that in front of Fisher, there is a very large locker, and he tries to go inside it by putting a key in it. But then, Cobb's wife, i.e., Mal, arrives there and shoots Fisher, which ruins the entire game. And Fisher cannot wake up in the second level because he has been given a heavy sedative. And if he wakes up, he will go into a coma forever in the second level. And here, I will finally tell you the main twist of this movie. Basically, here, Cobb's wife, Mal, in the early days when Cobb and Mal used to go into the dream world, they used to like it a lot because they could create anything and destroy anything in the dream world. Both of them had promised each other that they would grow old together, and they started liking this dream world so much that they now started considering this world their reality. They used to go to this world repeatedly, and due to continuously going, they started seeing dreams within dreams and dreams within those dreams. In this process, they went so far that they forgot reality. They couldn't tell which world they were in. And in the beginning of this movie, I told you that Cobb has a small spinning top totem to check whether he is in a dream. When spun, it tells whether this world is a dream or the real world. Basically, the spinning top actually belonged to Mal. Both of them had spent about 50 years extended in their dream world. And when they returned from their dream world, Cobb knew that they had come to the real world, but Mal didn't believe that they were now in the real world. And as I told you, to wake up from the dream world, we have to take our own lives. Because of this, Mal repeatedly tells Cobb, "We are not in the real world, we have to wake up. To reach the real world, I have to take my life. If we do this, we will be able to meet our children because it's been a long time, a very long period since we met our children." According to Cobb, they were in the real world, but according to Mal, they were still in that dream world from which they had to wake up. And because of this, she creates a plan in her mind and goes and jumps from a hotel roof. And she leaves a letter behind saying, "My husband wants to kill me." Because of that letter, the police come to arrest him. And finally, there, Saito tells him, "You have a chance to escape from here. If you leave this country now, the police won't be able to catch you here. Leave as soon as possible." Now, the twist in this story is that Mal, who is dead, is basically still alive in Cobb's memories. Whenever Cobb dreams, Mal starts haunting him from his memories. Mal starts pulling him towards her. She forces him to take his life so that he too starts living with her forever in the dream world. Although Cobb also wanted the same, he wanted Mal to be alive forever in his dream world because he had not been able to accept until now that Mal's death was not because of herself but because of him. And that was the reason he had not been able to forgive himself until now. And now, as they are in the third level of dreams, Fisher has been shot. He is about to die. So before that, Cobb makes another plan. They plan that they will go to the fourth level of dreams and there, push Fisher from a height so that Fisher dies in the fourth level, and as a result, he will wake up in the third level. But accomplishing this task is also very difficult because in the fourth level, Mal will also appear there and try to ruin his work because if Cobb's work is finished, he will accomplish his task and return to his real world. But Mal didn't want that. She wanted Cobb to be trapped in her dream world forever with mental problems. So, both Ariadne and Cobb together reach the fourth level of dreams and go straight to Mal. Mal, who is sitting in a house in her old dream world, knows that Fisher is not with Mal. There, they push Fisher from a height, because of which Fisher dies in the fourth level, and as a result, he wakes up in the third level. From there, Robert goes to his father, who has become very old and sick. Robert says to his father, "Sorry, Papa, please forgive me because I couldn't become like you." Here, Maurice says to his son, "Son, I was disappointed at one time because you weren't able to become like me." And finally, now this idea fits into Robert's subconscious. He understands that his daddy wants him to do something on his own, to do something that is entirely based on his own strength. And he finally decides that he will now create his own new company. And with this, the level 3 dream starts breaking, one by one. And along with the dream, all the other people who were in the dream start leaving one by one. But we see here that Cobb and Saito remain in that third level dream. Now, this happens because by the time they reach the third level, Saito's condition has deteriorated greatly, and he is unable to wake up with the kick in the second level. Because of this, he gets stuck in the third level of dreams. And Cobb knew this very well. The plane was about to land in California soon, and if Saito didn't help him, the police in California would arrest him on charges of his wife's murder and put him in jail. Therefore, it was very important for Cobb to wake up in the real world with Saito because Saito was the one who could clear all the charges and give Cobb a new life. And Cobb tries to find Saito from the 4th level of his dream world, coming to the 3rd level because now Saito is somewhere in the 3rd level, he doesn't know where. But finally, after many years, Cobb finds Saito. And this is the same scene that was shown to us at the beginning of the movie. This is the same Saito who has been living for many years in his level 3 dream. And when Cobb repeats all these things to this Saito, both of them start remembering all the memories. Finally, both of them kill themselves and wake up again in their youth in the real world. And here we see that in reality, i.e., in the real world, only 10 hours have passed for them, whereas they have spent over 50 years in the dream world. And with this, Saito now calls the police and gets Cobb's charges forgiven. And finally, Cobb is reunited with his family, where his 2 lovely children are. There has always been confusion in people's minds regarding the setting of this movie, whether it happened in a dream or in the real world. In this, I want to tell you that this final landing was absolutely in the real world, and the proof behind this is the spinning top. Because whenever Cobb used to spin his totem in his dreams, it would always keep spinning completely, it would never fall. But this time, when he spun the top, it started wobbling, after which the movie ends. So, from this, we understand that where Cobb is living now is not a dream world but the real world. And with this, the story ends here.